Hey, Tim Wolf here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and I've had the privilege to be a part of a missional network conference put on by the North American Mission Board. And I'm here with, this guy that's become a very special friend of mine, Butch Butcher. I know Butch as a church planner from several years ago. I was fortunate to be on a kind of a speaking thing about families with Butch, where he was one of the speakers and spoke about that. So what I want to do is take a few minutes today to introduce you to Butch Butcher, who's now the church planning specialist for the Georgia Baptist Convention. We're literally right here in the middle of this conference, so some people might be walking through, but this will be awesome. So we're going to talk to Butch a little bit, ask him some questions, hear a little bit about his heart for the kingdom, for church planning and his family. So let's talk to Butch Butcher. Butch, tell us a little bit about what you're doing nowadays.
Well, it's my privilege to work with a great team at the Georgia Baptist Convention New Church Development Department. Basically, we are responsible to partner with associations and churches to plant English-speaking churches all around the state of Georgia. And so we're having a great time.
And you're a church planner. You planted a church. Tell us about that.
Well, 1994 March, it was my privilege. I really didn't even know what a mission church or a church plant was, but there were two strategists, Mickey Mayfield with the Georgia Baptist Convention and Mike Hoffman with the Old Home Mission Board, and they had a vision for a church plant on Highway 81 just south of Loganville, a church that would be kind of a non-traditional church, not to a great large degree, but a non-traditional church. And so someone sent my resume. There were 12 people that had been meeting in a Bible study, and First Baptist Social Circle was the mother church. And so they called me as the church planter pastor. And so we moved our family back really to home. Atlanta was our original home. And so we came back from Savannah and planted Summit, started with those 12 people and our family. And I was there, really very happy there, wasn't thinking about leaving or, changing careers or what have you, and was approached to maybe consider coming to the new church development office. So after 14 years, last December 1st, 2007, I started in this position with New Church Development.
And Summit Church has planted some churches too.
Yes, with our mother church, First Baptist Social Circle, we planted a Horizon Fellowship, and unfortunately that church just failed and sold their property and disbanded after about 5 or 6 years, I think. And then we supported a church and kind of helped plant a church that's in Madison, Georgia. Jeff Rogers is the pastor, and they call it the Summit at Madison. And then the most direct church plant that Summit's been responsible for is Church at the Grove, about 2 miles south of us at Youth Middle School. And my brother Russ and my former student pastor Craig were co-church planters together.
Cool.
As a team, and they've done a great job. So we believe in church planting.
Well, Butch, I've been able to work with you directly for almost about a year right now, and I appreciate your heart, and I know you're very passionate about discipleship. And tell us just a little bit about some of that passion and kind of your desire to see kind of reproducible models take place in discipleship.
Well, I guess my passion grew out of a realization that I had not done a good job in that area to really have a systematic discipleship emphasis and process in our church. And I liken it to building a building, to not have a systematic discipleship process in the local church would be like trying to build the roof before you built the foundation and the walls. And so I think a lot of us get into trouble and have difficulty as pastors and church leaders, church planters, is when we get in such a hurry that we don't do that foundational work of discipling first the men, the fathers in the church, and then to teach them how to disciple their wives and their children, but to just have a very strong systematic approach to make disciples who make disciples. And you want to pass that, some would say pass that DNA along in the growth of the church. I would say you just build your congregation with disciples that make disciples. And I think that if we do that, then the evangelism that we so desire will be a natural byproduct out of those disciples who are able to win people to Christ through relationship building and bridge building, and then to disciple them so that they can then do the same. And so you build that multiplication, reproductive DNA emphasis in your church.
Well, Butch, real briefly, tell anybody that might be watching this video